Hey Canucks fans, welcome to another edition of Ask Me Anything. I am Canuck Clay, and this is my Canucks take on one take. It's Clay's Canucks commentary for Sunday, February the 6th. If you're new, here's what you should do. Hit the subscribe button now for daily Canucks insight that's positive, timely, and trustworthy. Before I move on, reminder to join me tonight for my weekly Sunday night live stream. It will be at 10 p.m. tonight. Should have a lot of fun talking about the All-Star weekend, looking ahead to the Canucks returning to action. And of course, I have a couple big announcements near the end of the stream, talking about both the short-term and medium-term future of this channel. Nothing earth-shattering, but just a way that I can properly set some expectations for the next little bit. Enough said, we will talk about it more tonight. For now, I want to answer your questions as I do every Sunday, and thank you. We have a good half dozen of them that came in yesterday and a good variety. So let's get going right away. The first question is from newest member Top Shelf. Welcome, Top Shelf. Says, thanks for sharing a peek at your content creation setup. That was in response to a picture I posted yesterday saying, tell me you're a content creator without telling me you're a content creator. When you shop for tech equipment like mic or lighting, how do you make your selection? Best quality or best balance of quality and price? Yeah, I think that's a fair way of putting it. And I can painstakingly go through every single piece of equipment, but in general, I do want to get something of decent quality, but I don't want to break the bank doing so. I recognize that I'm a casual YouTuber, although pretty serious casual YouTuber, so I don't need the top of the line equipment. I don't think it will be a needle mover, but I want to at least look and sound decent. So in general, yes, I'll do some research, but the ring lights I don't spend a lot of money on. I just need something, especially when the lights are off, to create some contrast one side of my face versus the other, and then a backlight in the back. Then when it comes to the microphone, this microphone here, it was just a $60 or $70 microphone from Amazon, and it does the trick. Then the camera is the big one. Right now I'm just using my iPhone, but for the streams I use my new Sony ZV-1, and that one I was able to look at and get around Boxing Day and spend a bit of money on that one. But that's really important, especially for the streams, because I want it to come across as crisp as possible. So to answer your question, Top Shelf, yes, it's a balance definitely of quality and price. Do some research, but I want to make reasonable selections as well. And I think if I ever try to go full time with this, I would invest in better lights, even a better microphone. Camera's pretty good already, but for now, I think it does the trick. And remember, when I go to my car, it's completely ghetto setup. It's just my phone, a mini tripod, and then my lapel mic. So a little bit better now when I do these kind of stationary, more set up vlogs. And then of course, a lot better for my live streams. Great question, Top Shelf. I lied. What's your favorite All-Star Skills competition event? And sub question, do you think Zegras got robbed of the win in the breakaway challenge? So I'll answer that one first. Yes, Zegras got robbed. Amazing dodgeball reference, Vegas, mascots throwing dodgeballs at him, the whole uniform, the blindfold, and of course the actual move that was sick, the way the puck stuck to a stick and he blindfolded, put the puck. Well, no, whether he was actually blindfolded or he could see through, it doesn't matter. The way his hand-eye coordination, his just the slickness of his hands, pretty impressive. And yes, I get Pietrangelo, hometown guy, want to put on a show. John Hamm gives him a 19 out of 10, which I still don't know how it's possible. But yes, it was definitely Zegras' event to lose, and that was a really, really outstanding move that he pulled off. And I think more importantly, it's kind of going towards the way of the NBA dunk competition, where there's a little bit more showmanship, a little bit more preparation. And why not? This is supposed to be fun. It's not a shootout challenge. It's a breakaway challenge. So yes, I think Zegras got robbed. Having said that, my favorite All-Star Skills competition, I really like the fastest skater. I think it's anything that is time related is always exciting to me. And when you have guys like McDavid and McCarr and the winner this year, Kyrou, and others skating that, I really like it. I like it even more when they're going at the same time. When they started, I think they used to do that where they started opposite ends and then went around. And then you could have two guys racing. So yes, you see a visual, but then of course you go to the time as to make sure. But I do like the fastest skater. I don't mind hardest shot, because I like ones that are actually you do in a game. So obviously, well, all of them you do in a game. I guess hardest shot is realistic. The save streak, whatever. I did like when they did some more puck control relays and things like that, around cones and through barriers and things. Accuracy shooting, that's okay. It gets a little old pretty quickly. But I like what they tried to do this year with the Vegas, with the two new ones. But ultimately, I still like the fastest skater event because to me that's the most exciting. Although it could probably be the most dangerous as well. Crispy Assassin, how did you fall in love with hockey and the Canucks? Before the 21-11 playoffs, did you pick the Canucks to win? And should they sign Justin Schultz in free agency? I've always liked Justin Schultz as an offensive right-handed D-man. His production has kind of dropped off in his years in Pittsburgh and now in Washington. Still, he has 11 points in 42 games. That would tie him with Tyler Myers on our team as the second highest scoring D-man, of course, behind Quinn Hughes. His last contract was 5.5 over 3. This recent contract is $4 million over 2. He's 31 years old. So does that mean that when he comes up as UFA, he'll be looking for something like a Hamonic thing of 2 or 3 years, $3 million as opposed to 4? I think he's an upgrade over Hamonic and Pullman. It really depends on the cost, and he'll be 31, 32 years old. Maybe it's not the kind of direction that we want to go in, although I do like him. I fell in love with the hockey and the Canucks back in the early 80s when I listened to every game on the radio. Jim Robson, Tom Larscheid on the radio. Not all the games were on TV back then. It was me, my dad, and my brother on my dad's bed listening to all the games. Not all the games were televised back then. And I certainly watched every game of the 82 playoff run when I was 8 years old. So really it was around 1982, the first Stanley Cup run for the Canucks. That's when I really got into it as an 8-year-old. And before the 21 playoffs, did you pick the Canucks to win the Cup? Yeah, I did. Because they won the President's Trophy. They were a juggernaut. Every game you felt like they were going to blow the other team out. Or if they somehow were losing going into the third period, you just had a feeling that they would win. They were stacked across their lineup. A really strong D, good top six, good bottom six, and of course Luongo in net. I did think they were going to win, and that's why it makes it so painful that they did not win. Nick Morgan, do you think anyone will get traded at the trade deadline? If so, who do you think will get traded? If you asked me this about a week ago, I would have said Miller. As much as I love him, you have to look at ways to improve your team. But then I heard Rutherford say that it might not necessarily be a top end guy. And now that I think about it, there's a lot of middle guys who make about $3.5 million that they could look at moving. Dickinson, Pearson, Pullman, Hamonic, guys like that. I don't know if they'll actually move one of those guys, but you can create cap space without moving one of your top guys. So do I think anyone will get traded? Yes. If so, who do you think will get traded? I think it's either Miller if you want to make a big splash, or it's going to be like a Dickinson if you want to make some minor tweaks. Those are my two predictions. Jaskrin says, do you see capacity going back to 100%? I do. The next announcements from Dr. Bonnie Henry are February 16th, which is after the Vancouver-Toronto game on February 12th, which I'm sure they'd love a full house for. But I do anticipate them being at full capacity near the end of the season, if not by the end of February, start of March, as we continue to live with this COVID-19 virus. And then Tyler says, where is the best restaurant or sports bar to watch a game in the Vancouver area? There are so many good ones. I know I have my favorites. Monkey Nine, who's one of my sponsors, they're a great place to watch a game. I went to the Park Pub. I did my meetup there back in November. That's a great place to watch a game. Anywhere where you can enjoy food and drink and some big screens, I think is a good place. I know there's Rogers Sports Bar attached to Rogers Arena. So there's a lot of great places. I admittedly don't frequent them because if I'm not at the arena, I'm watching at home. I rarely go out and watch at a pub. But the ones I've been to, Shark Club's good downtown. I know a great Canadian brew house in Richmond. Those are good too. Honestly, anywhere where you can get an unobstructed view of a screen and enjoy some good food and drink, I think you really can't go wrong. The Pint as well, downtown Vancouver. That's a good place as well. They host some viewing parties there. Boston Pizzas are good too. So there's many good places. I can't really think of any poor places actually. So just, Tyler, I'm not sure I can't remember if you were from here or not. Just try one out and let me know how it goes. Okay, fans and friends, thank you very much for your questions. I hope I answered them to your satisfaction. As always, leave a comment down below about your reaction to any of my answers or anything else you want to talk about as the Canucks get ready to load up for games this week, Tuesday against Arizona, Wednesday against the New York Islanders. And don't forget to join me tonight for my 10 p.m. weekly Sunday night live stream right here on YouTube. Shout out to my sponsors, Perform and Transform, personal training and weight loss. Sign up now for a free 7-day trial. And shout out to Van City Experts Real Estate Group. Contact Jason Lim and his team for all of your real estate needs. To my members, legendary Lucas Gates, legendary Justin Credible, legendary Andrew Chang, hero member nucksfan number 29, Hall of Fame members Jens 95, simalexander, Chris Seifried, Adam Brewfield, Shannon Hollingworth, HSM Fangirl Gaming, Smooth Groove, Funk You, and Carol Bovenlander. Thank you for your support as always, and thanks to the support of all members of all levels. You are listed in my video descriptions. If you want to become a member of the CCC Crew, press the join button underneath this during my videos or in the memberships tab on my YouTube channel. As always, subscribe if you'd like to, like this video if you'd like to, become a member or upgrade if you'd like to, and leave a comment down below if you'd like to. Stay safe, stay healthy, take care of yourselves and take care of each other. Enjoy the sun on this sunny Sunday, and I hope to see you tonight at 10 p.m. for my live stream. Take care, God bless, and go Canucks go.